This is You're Probably Right. Entertainment first, everything else is just bonus. Opinions, all ours. Sometimes backed by research, but never the final word. There are always exceptions, so take it with a grain of salt and a slight dusting of chili powder.
That's the fight and the fright, we're searching for truth. The quiet answer stays inside. You are probably right, it cuts but it heals, it stings but it feels. You are probably right, I'm born to the cure, the pain in my soul. From gliding to ignite, we're finding the way. From biting to inside, what shadows give way.
You're probably right. Oh yeah, I like that. All right, here we go, y'all. This is episode 249. I am MCM, and you're listening to You Probably Right. Time after time. Why we keep choosing the wrong people. Why you keep choosing the wrong people. I'm not choosing anybody. All right, so let's check it out. I hope you're good out there. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Better responses lately. Still waiting for some emails, but I appreciate people who are checking us out. It's when I'm recording this, it's still in summer, and people have other things to do. So the fact that people are actually tuning in to the podcast, it's kind of a little uplifting, I would say. Pretty good. I appreciate it. All right. So anyway, here we go. I want you to imagine something with me for just a second, just for a moment. It's late night. You're lying in bed, staring up at the ceiling. Yeah, if you can see it. Maybe it's dark. The house is quiet, but your mind is not. Your brain is replaying old conversations, old text messages, even old arguments, and it hits you. Different faces, different names, but the same story, the same ending, time after time. You keep choosing the wrong people. Why? That's what we're going to get into today. And I want you to lean in with me here, because this isn't just about dating. This is about the stories you've been telling yourself, the patterns you've been repeating, and how you finally break free. So stay with me. Don't rush. Let's take our time. And remember, you can always just click off if you're falling asleep and come back when you're on your way to work tomorrow. No, just joking. Just do what you got to do. Okay, check it out. The pattern trap. Picture this. A woman leaves a relationship with a man who never really saw her. He was charming at first, but over time, his words cut sharper than a knife. His silence was louder than any scream. Kind of like when you remember Michael Jackson says, "You try to scream, but terror takes a sound before you make it." All right. She swears she's done with that kind of man. Fast forward 6 months, and there she is again, sitting across the table from someone new. Only he's not new at all. Same charisma, same neglect, same ending, different face, same man. Or think of a man who tells himself he wants a kind-hearted partner, someone who will build with him. But time after time, he finds himself drawn to a woman who plays hot and cold, giving him little scraps, little breadcrumbs of affection, just to keep him hooked, just enough to keep him hooked. He knows it's not healthy, but it feels familiar. And that's the trap. You see, your brain loves what it knows. It's kind of like when somebody says your name, even if it's somebody else by the same name. Once you hear that name, there's something exhilarating to it, even just slightly. And even when it's toxic, familiarity masquerades itself as comfort. And comfort can be deadly when it keeps you from growing. Number 2, the illusion, the change. Now, let's talk about the lie we love most. This time it will be, say it with me, different. Imagine a woman who left her ex because of a broken promise. He didn't show up for her emotionally. He didn't protect her heart. But now he's back with tears in his eyes saying, I've changed. He's reading self-help books. He's going to the gym. He's talking about the future. And for a moment, she believes it. She wants to believe it, even. She's counting on believing it. Because wouldn't that make a beautiful story? How you triumphed over struggle. How everything came back full circle, right? But then, 3 months in, the cracks start showing. The same dismissive tone, the same defensiveness, the same broken promises. She didn't fall for the man. She fell for the hope of who he could be. And hope is intoxicating. Our minds run and think, oh, this is going to be amazing. Oh, things I can say about the situation we went through and how everything came back. And I can say it to my friends or my frenemies that said they were on my side, but they really weren't on my side. And really, they were just hoping that we would break up. And maybe one of them were hoping that they would end up with him. Have you ever done that? Believed in someone's potential instead of who they really were showing you, standing right in front of you? Time after time we do it because hope feels safer than starting over. Because hope reminds us of a Disney movie or a Hollywood movie. The Notebook. It reminds us of romance, love, never-ending love even. Despite whatever is going on right before us. We hope it's going to end that way. But it doesn't often. Not impossible now. But most of the time it doesn't. Comfort versus growth. Let me give you another picture. A couple sits in a diner, staring at the coffee mugs. They're not fighting. They're not laughing. They're not even speaking. But they're together. Why? Because being miserable together feels safer than being, is it happy alone or just alone? They've convinced themselves that chaos and emptiness are better than uncertainty. Nobody wants to die alone, right? Now, contrast that with someone who finally decides to leave the familiar. At first, the silence of a healthy relationship feels unbearable. No shouting matches, no 5-hour-long debates, no text messages disrupting you from the work you're supposed to be doing at your job, no drama. No malice, opposite ends of the bed. Just peace. And guess what? Peace feels foreign. It's not familiar. Almost boring. And there are those days that it really hits you heavy. Because their nervous system has been addicted to adrenaline, chaos, and drama. It's what you're used to. Sometimes growth feels wrong at first, not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. And many of us mistake discomfort with danger, when in reality, it's the first step toward healing in something new and possibly something wonderful if we give it a chance. Next, why good people choose bad love. Let's slow down here a little bit, and I'm already going pretty slow. I understand that. I do it on purpose. Well, maybe because I'm a slow reader. Okay, listen. Because this part really matters. Why do good people, people with big hearts, people with the best of the best intentions, keep choosing bad love? Picture a girl growing up in a house where her father never paid any attention to her. Maybe he worked all the time. Maybe he drank. Maybe he was physically present, but emotionally absent. She learns, without even realizing it, that love looks like chasing attention that never fully comes. Fast forward 20 years now. She's drawn to men who ignore her. Why? Because it feels like home. It feels normal. Or think of a boy who grew up in a house of chaos, arguments in the kitchen, slamming doors, holes in the wall, tears at the dinner table. To him, love equals instability and madness. So when he finds a woman who's calm and gentle and steady, he panics. It feels too still, too quiet. And he sabotages it. He pushes her away and runs back to someone who gives him the same chaos he grew up in the first place. Because deep down, chaos feels like home. Until you rewrite the script, you will keep performing the same play, time after time. It only makes sense, right? Let's break this cycle. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck. I know a woman who finally recognized this pattern. She kept falling for unavailable men, married men, men with baggage, men who could never give her what she needed. And let's not mistakenly put men with baggage and men with a history in the same spot. There's a difference. If you take care of your kids, if you had a sorted history, but you've worked things out and you're moving forward, that's a history. That's not necessarily baggage. Nobody goes through life and gets to the end of it alive or gets out unscathed. You understand what I'm saying? Men who could never give her what she needed. And one day, she had the courage to ask, why do I keep choosing this? She went to therapy. She journaled. She prayed. She set boundaries. And when the next unavailable man came knocking, she said no. For the first time, she broke the cycle. She knew her type, and she was obviously someone's type. But she said no. But I also know a man who never asked those questions. 20 years later, he's on his third divorce. Same story, same mistake, time after time. Which one do you want to be? reflect a little bit. Now, I want you to actually do this. Not just think about it. Grab a notebook. You can pause it if you want. Or if you remember, if you have a good memory, who knows? Write down the last 3 serious relationships you've had. Don't sugarcoat it, be honest. Next to each name, write down 3 things they had in common. Not the good stuff, the stuff that hurt you, the patterns. Now ask yourself, is this a preference or is this a pattern? And finally, write this down. What's one thing you've been accepting time after time that you will no longer accept because your eyes are open? Okay, let's bring this full circle, as they say. Cyndi Lauper sang time after time as a promise, if you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. It's a song about loyalty, about love that shows up. But too many of us live the opposite. We keep waiting for the wrong people, catching the ones who drop us every single time. So maybe the lesson here isn't about them at all. Maybe it's about you. Maybe it's about showing up for yourself time after time until the right love finally shows up for you. Stop saying that, you have a type. Don't go into a relationship announcing to her or to him, this is what I like. I like guys who do this. I like girls who do that. There's no point. Like, what are you doing? You're not even allowing this new person to be who they are. If you announce it, if you set all of these boundaries on other people who you are trying to get in a relationship with, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to recreate the people who failed you already? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it was exhilarating. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was enjoyable, but it was also miserable. It was also hurtful. It also broke you. Look for something new. And if you need to take time for yourself before you do that, take the time. Take stock. It's part of the reason why this episode exists. And if you take nothing else from this episode, take this. Patterns don't break on their own. You have to break them. You understand? And when you do, you'll stop choosing the wrong people because you'll be going into the next situation with your eyes open. And start choosing life. A life that you actually deserve. All right, y'all. It was another close and quiet and easy and small one. Hopefully it's impactful. As I said before, you can email me at yprpodcast@gmail.com. And you can send questions, considerations, gripes, whatever you got. Anyhow, take care. Until next time, I am MCM, and this is You're Probably Right. Take care. Hey, come check out You're Probably Right podcast. Society is getting more unpredictable every day, but at the same time, predictable in its unpredictability. Say that 4 times real fast. Come with me as I attempt to find clarity in all the fog while staying way outside the box and kicking the box way down the road with my size 12 dogs. I use the Bible, experience, education, fortune, misfortune, life's lessons, life's mistakes to sort through all the mess. I talk about news, God, God, self-help, sports, sickness, health, music, parenting, love, humbleness, hurt, pain, joy, and all the things that might make you say, I never thought of it that way. Hopefully, anyway. Also, I take a stab at answering tough and not so tough questions, and all the while, understand that, listen, sometimes you end up in the hot seat and there's no thermostat. Well, that's how it is here. And because there's no topic, very few topics off the table, Torontonians will understand that Doug Ford reference there. Hopefully the podcast will be helpful and uplifting. And hey, maybe you'll find your own private Idaho here somewhere. Hope to see you soon.